Hello, welcome back to my channel Mohit Manuja Carb Strong. Did you know that people with high body mass index (BMI) are much more likely to experience depression and anxiety? And the reverse is also true. Living with anxiety or depression can increase your risk for obesity. These conditions aren't just separate problems. They feed off each other, creating a cycle that can be hard to break. Have you ever noticed that when stress levels rise, your weight tends to follow? Or that periods of low mood seem to be tied to overeating or unhealthy lifestyle patterns? Anxiety, depression, and obesity are not isolated conditions. They form a tightly connected triangle that feeds into each other. Studies show a bidirectional relationship. Obese individuals have a roughly 55% greater risk of developing depression, while people with depression are also more likely to become obese over time. Obesity is more than excess body weight. It's a metabolic condition that affects hormones, mood, and even brain chemistry. Depression lowers energy, motivation, and self-worth, which often reduces physical activity and worsens eating habits. Anxiety creates constant stress, which increases the hormone cortisol. High cortisol levels trigger cravings for sugary, fatty, and salty foods, the very ones that lead to fat storage around the belly. Fat and sugar-rich foods can temporarily calm stress responses and emotions, which is why they're labeled comfort foods. In short, anxiety increases stress eating. Depression lowers activity and willpower. Both make obesity worse. And obesity itself increases inflammation and hormonal imbalance, which then worsens depression and anxiety. Common mechanisms at play include chronic inflammation. Both obesity and depression trigger body-wide inflammation, impacting mood and energy. Hormones and the stress axis. The brain stress system, the HP axis, can get thrown off, affecting appetite, sleep, and activity levels. Sedentary lifestyle. Depression often leads people to be less active, further fueling weight gain and deepening depressive feelings. It's a vicious cycle. Why does this happen? Hormonal imbalance. Cortisol, insulin, ghrelin and leptin get disrupted. Brain chemistry. Low serotonin and dopamine drive both emotional eating and mood disorders. Chronic stress increases cortisol, a hormone that raises appetite and especially cravings for energy-dense foods. Elevated cortisol can also reduce the body's satiety signals, leading to overeating. Research shows that individuals experiencing higher interpersonal stress exhibit higher ghrelin and lower leptin levels simultaneously. This hormonal combination promotes greater calorie intake, particularly of fat, sugar, and carbohydrates, because ghrelin amps up hunger while leptin's appetite-suppressing effects are weakened. This imbalance helps explain why stress pushes people toward comfort foods and contributes to stress-related weight gain. Sleep disturbance. Obesity and stress can lead to poor sleep, which in turn further destabilizes mood and appetite. So, scientifically, the body and mind are not separate. They are one interconnected system. The Ayurvedic perspective. Now let's shift to Ayurveda. Ayurveda sees both obesity, Medo Roga, and mental distress, Manas Roga, as arising from an imbalance in doshas. Kapha imbalance leads to weight gain, heaviness, lethargy. Vata imbalance fuels anxiety, restlessness, sleep problems. Pitta imbalance contributes to irritability, anger, and inflammation. Obesity is not just too much kapha. Ayurveda teaches us that when Agni, or digestive fire, becomes weak, undigested food forms ama, a toxic residue. This ama circulates in the body, blocking energy channels, leading to both physical heaviness and mental dullness. Similarly, unprocessed emotions become mental ama, showing up as anxiety or depression. So, from both Ayurveda and modern science, the mind and body mirror each other, breaking the cycle. Practical steps. Here are some simple but powerful ways to address all three: anxiety, depression, and obesity together. Mindful eating instead of emotional eating. Eat slowly, chew thoroughly, and favor warm, light, sattvic meals. Ayurveda recommends foods like moong dal, seasonal fruits, lightly spiced vegetables, and herbal teas. Daily movement, walking for 30 minutes or practicing yoga helps reduce stress hormones, improve insulin sensitivity, and lift mood. Even gentle breathing practices like Anulom Vilom calm anxiety while balancing weight. Sleep rituals aim for an early bedtime. Drink warm turmeric milk or Brahmi, lavender or Shankpushpi tea at night. Avoid stimulants. Good sleep is the foundation for both weight control and mental balance. Ayurvedic herbs. Ashwagandha lowers cortisol and anxiety. Brahmi and Shankpushpi calm the mind. Triphala gently supports digestion and weight management. Emotional cleansing, journaling, meditation, or simply sharing feelings helps remove mental armor. Ayurveda calls this Sattvavjaya Chikitsa, strengthening the mind through discipline, wisdom, and counseling. So here's the takeaway. Anxiety, depression, and obesity are not separate battles. They are deeply connected, forming a cycle that can either trap us, or, if addressed wisely, can be transformed into healing. By managing stress, balancing diet, and supporting the mind through Ayurveda and modern science, we can break this loop. Remember, weight management is not just about calories, it's about the state of your mind, your emotions, and your inner balance.